Hey y'all, it's your girl Jenny from the block. Just kidding. That song has been stuck in my head for probably like the whole week. Don't be fooled by the rock that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. I'm just playing. I'm pretty sure y'all finished the song. But it's your girl Jen and I'm back with another video. If it's your first time here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time I upload a new video. So in this video, it's been a long overdue. I'm gonna show you all how I created my Bujo key. But first, I wanna show you what I was using in my first journal. So this is my first journal, which is a Lloydstrom 1917. In this journal, I had a key, but I really wasn't feeling it. So here's my key. So I loved it at first, but as I got deeper into my journal, I didn't like flipping back and forth to look at my key. I was new to journaling, so I really was using my key at that time. So when I got tired of flipping back and forth to reference my key, that's when I decided to create my Bujo key. So every time I post my key in or on Instagram, I always get questions on how I created this. I love this key because it works as a bookmark. You see here, so you won't lose your page. It works as a ruler to create those straight lines, and it's my key. And it also fits perfectly in the back of my journal. So it's perfect. So this video is going to be all about how I created this. So I hope you stay tuned. So I'm going to quickly go over some of the quick things that you need to make your key as far as setting it all up. We don't need this anymore. I'm going to be using this stencil, the Westcott T816 that you can find anywhere from Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, anywhere, to create the icons that you see here on my key, the front part of my key. I'm going to be using some self-seal laminating pouches. I love this because you do not need a machine to laminate anything that you need. So I'll be using this to laminate my key. Then you need 2 index cards. And the reason why you need 2 because the back is lined. So you could get index cards that don't have anything on the back, but with 2, it's just a tad bit more thicker. So it makes the ruler part of the key more accessible and easier to use. So you need 2 index cards, and I like the big ones. I don't really remember what size these are, but the big jumbo index cards, that's the ones you need. Some scissors, your rotary cutter, and then I like to use these pens. These are my Sargent Art fine liner markers, so I'll be using those throughout. First, we're going to start with cutting our key, the shape. So the shape of this key is 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. So I don't know if I said that right, but the long side will be 5 3/4, and then the shorter side is 2 1/4. So let's get that cut down, baby. Okay, so let's get started and cut this bad boy down. So I'm taking the first index card. I'm using my big old ruler, so that way I like to use a long ruler so I can line up the dot down here and the dot up here to ensure that I get the straightest line possible. You can probably use 1 index card. I just realized that you can probably use 1 index card. You don't need 2 index cards. Huh. Okay, so we'll do that. And now we're gonna use that scrap piece of paper. So like I stated in the beginning, I said that you need 2 cards, but you can actually just use 1. That saves supplies to make more Bujo keys. I made a vow recently that for my future YouTube videos, I'll be less scripted and more myself. So myself is actually very goofy and slightly sarcastic. So that's what you'll be getting for future videos. I just got to get out of my head. Like in my head, I feel like you guys are all sitting right here watching me, like in my office watching me do this. But in reality, it's just me and my thoughts. And this camera. My mom told me that I say kinda a lot, I say cute a lot, I know I say a lot. So I am gonna try to work on not saying all those words. But okay, so anyways, we got both sides of our key. So what's next? Okay, now that we got our two halves cut out, now so we will not see the other side, we are going to glue them together. You can use double-sided tape, you can use anything that has sticky adhesive, you can use that to stick your two papers together. So let's glue them down. I'm gonna use Elmer's washable school glue. Oh my gosh, this is defeating me. Okay, so as close as possible, you gotta make sure that they line up. Hopefully you can see. Okay. The little excess that you see here, I'm gonna cut that off with scissors, and I may cut this off as well. And I think that's about it. Other than that, it's perfect. So let's go ahead and cut off the excess. So now we can decorate. We can decorate. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so here is my key from about a year or two. I use everything on here pretty much. I'm gonna update the color portion. I'm gonna add orange for Journal by Design or anything business related. I use all my moods. I do not do the energy. I actually do the energy, but I don't need this. The back part, I'm gonna do probably all, oops. The back part, I'm probably gonna do all of these icons. I don't use them a lot, but it's good to have a reference just in case I'm tired of using whatever I normally use. I can look on the back and be like, oh, okay, I like takeout. Okay, so okay. So I'm going to use probably all these in the back. So let's get decorating. So I'm going to use a pencil and a ruler or eraser. I'm gonna use a pencil and eraser first. Oh, and I just had the most bomb idea about this. So if you do decide to recreate this layout, this bookmark, I'm actually looking for glue. I found my little fun shaped scissors, paper edges. This little paper edges, I figured you can use these to create a little fun edge on the edge of your Bujo key. So when you laminate it, it'll have like a little fun shape. I think that would be really cute. So on my original key, I actually put main here. So those are my main tasks, or I always say the cycle of my task. So a blank box is my to-do. The line through the box is started. The arrow means moved or migrated in bullet journal terms. If it's crossed out, that means it's deleted or canceled, or one of those. If it's filled in, it's done. Circle is an event. Triangle is an appointment. Heart, which I use a lot, is something that I love. Ideas, inspo, ideas, I think I already said that in quotes. And then for my note, I'm gonna actually put an asterisk because I noticed that on all, I don't think I've ever used a dash. I always use asterisks for notes, so that's the only change for that. Now we're going into color, or like what I like to call my task, or I'm gonna say color. I'm just gonna call them color. So what these are, like I stated in my last video, I like to color coordinate all my tasks. So when I look back at a layout, at a glance, I can see what my days were consumed with. So for instance, this brown right here is for Instagram, purple is for gym, work is green, pink is personal. It looks red here, but it's pink for personal and social. And like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna add orange for journal by design or anything business related. For this right here, I think I'm gonna call it Shark Attack for this video. I was on the phone just a little bit before I started filming this video, and she was like, on your last video, you kept saying period and monthly. So I was like, oh gosh, I guess I gotta figure out another word for it. She's like, yes. So I'm gonna call it Shark Attack for this video, but I actually notate when my Shark Attack starts and ends each week that it started. So every month there's a week in that month where I have 2 triangles in that week that notate when my Shark Attack started and when my Shark Attack ended. Now I'm doing the mood part of my key. So the pink is happy and content. Then I have green, which stands for productive and motivated. I have average, that's yellow. Brown is lazy and sick. Black is unsure. Sad is blue. Sad and depressed is blue. And then red is angry and frustrated. I'm using all of these on my new key except for that little energy icon at the bottom. I didn't even realize that I had black for unsure, so I'll definitely start using that if I ever feel that way, of course. So there you have the completed front side of my Bujo key, the updated one. We're gonna flip it over and do the back half. So you wanna make sure that when you do write on the back, unless you don't mind, that when you start writing something that it's going the right way. You don't wanna like have this side and you have to flip it this way because you started on the wrong side. So here's this, turn it right around and then start there. All right, y'all, don't make fun of my drawing skills. I think I stated like 100 times before, I cannot draw. But having these little icons throughout your journal really personalize it, especially when it's your drawing. Like, golly, I can't draw a music note. That one came out kind of good, better than my last one. I didn't use all the icons here because I don't really need all of them. Memory, memory here. I'll probably use it as a heart, like in the front where I have ideal quote and full love. I'll probably use it as a heart. And then take out, I do not like the icon, so I'll probably use a sticker on that one. I ain't gonna use it. And then I'll probably have I'll add deadline. And I think that's about it. So I have completed this side of my icon of my Bujo key. So here is my old one, here's my updated one. Kind of looks about the same. Some of them I didn't migrate, I guess you could say, to the new Bujo key, either because I didn't like the way I drew the icon and I know I can't draw it any better, or because I probably am not going to use it. So there's the front and the back of my old one. Here is the back and the front of my new one, and now it's time to laminate. So I'm using the Scotch Self Seal laminating pouches, and this one is size 5 by 7. So these, you do not need no machine needed. So these are super easy. I've had this key for almost 2 years now. I'm going on my 2nd year of journaling, and it doesn't have any gaps in it. It's perfect. It's like new. I have no issues with it. So you just saw me use it as a ruler, bookmark, and it's a perfect key, and it fits perfectly in the back of my journal. So let's get to laminating my new key. On the instructions, it states, I'm not even gonna read it. You basically open it like this, and then you take off the big sheet first. So there's two little stickies. I personally take the big one off first. Since I'm right-handed, I like it to be on this side. So I put my key in here, and no, I'm gonna put it in the center. If I didn't have like a border like this one, I would put it all the way up to the edge, but since I do, I'm going to put it in the center, kinda, sorta. And then I'm gonna put it on this side, take off this little strip, if I can get it. Take off my little strip, make sure that's kinda even. As even as it's gonna get. And then you're going to slowly put it on there. And I say slowly so you can avoid air bubbles. Okay, so here is the key all laminated. Well, now we're gonna cut it to make it more bookmarkish. So I just wanna make sure that the bottom of my bookmark is lined up with one of these straight lines. So I'm gonna line it up. So that way, every cut around the bookmark is even. So we are almost done with our key. So if you notice on my previous key that I have rounded edges, and I only do that because these are kind of sharp. So we're gonna round our edges. Now, I do not have one of those fancy rounder, edgy cutter thingies. So I'm gonna just go on and use my scissors to round off the edges. So guys, there is my completed key. I really hope you guys decide to try it out. And if you do, please let me know. If you post it to social media, tag your girl so I can show you some love in my future videos. And that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Love to see your comments, and go ahead and share the video. And oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.